AI is transforming the world, and nowhere is that impact more critical than in healthcare. Billions are being invested in AI built on simulations and historical data, but when those systems reach real hospitals, they often fail. Because clinical reality is far more complex than it appears. Healthcare depends on people, processes, and real-time decisions. Only AI built with true clinical expertise can move beyond data performance and begin doing what matters most: saving lives.
The goal of this program is taking people who are world leaders at programming and AI architecture and implementation and teaching them just enough medicine that they can avoid these big pitfalls.
So the very first thing we did when we started talking to David was to research around the different AI models that are currently available in the market. When we started researching in those areas, we realized that it has never been simulated with real clinical data from the beginning of the build. And AI models are all about the data. And since the data is not that sequential, straightforward, there's a big gap.
There's a deadly disease that develops, and doctors need to be alerted to it faster. So I'm going to make the AI detect it and alert doctors when it's happening. But even simple assumptions like, okay, well, when should you tell the program the disease is really there? Oh, well, I'll use a diagnosis code, for instance. So when you train an AI on that, you now think you've trained an AI to detect that disease early, but what you've really done is made an AI that detects when a doctor is very likely to put that billing code. And those are two fundamentally different things.
When we started working with David, we realized it is not just building of the project or solving a particular problem, it is also who are we solving the problem for? Where could it be implemented, and how can we measure the metrics in the real-time world? That is where he challenged us the most, because he has that understanding of AI as well as he's a doctor. With this fellowship program, I think one of the major things that has happened is how David took us through different aspects of medicine step by step, starting from the data gathering to the effective implementation.
This is what companies will receive: de-risked AI development with early identification of clinical, workflow, and safety risks. Clinically validated innovation, AI aligned with real care delivery and trusted by clinicians. Strategic access to new intellectual property before it reaches the market. And a new generation of AI leaders who can bridge technology, medicine, and regulation.
After working with me, the team has a much better understanding of the nuance of medicine, the specific medical problem they're trying to solve, and the way in which AI has to be integrated into healthcare so that it succeeds.
There has been a lot of AI models that has been developed as of now. And the higher reason behind their failure is not having that clinical contextual depth. And this collaboration brings that clinical contextual depth to each of the projects that we are trying to work with.
This is what fellows will receive: real, on-site clinical immersion, daily instruction from world leaders in clinical AI, safety, and regulation, hands-on experience building and evaluating AI within real clinical workflows, access to high-quality medical data guided by expert interpretation, and a formal certificate of completion.
What happens here is that through a hybrid of online coursework, in-person coursework, shadowing clinical professionals, and working directly with me, a team of programmers from any company who's developing this comes here and develops a medical artificial intelligence with Hopkins support from start to finish. We can also provide the large medical data sets, we can provide the real clinical environment, we can provide interviews with the world leaders in this particular area, and we basically de-risk this entire process.